Nadu. And this is to do with the Tamil Nadu government versus the Governor Rao. So Governor Ravi has issued a statement now. He has said that in the historical, cultural context, he had referred to the word Tamizagham as a more appropriate expression. Now, is he going ahead and giving a reason for what he'd said, why he'd said that? Let's actually see, and we'll try and bring that to perspective. However, this is the latest that we are getting when it comes to that row between the government in Tamil Nadu and the governor. Taking this across to my colleague Poonima. Poonima, how do we read the statement by Governor Ravi?
Well, Governor Ravi has made it clear that his statement was taken out of context, and that he didn't suggest a name change. In fact, he spoke about how Tamizagham would be more appropriate in a historical, cultural context, and not suggesting a rename. That's something that he has said, and said that this is something that he spoke at the Kasi Tamil cultural event, and he was talking about the culture of Tamil Nadu, and therefore said that Tamizagham would be more appropriate. And he adds that an interpretation that it was a suggestion to change the name Tamil Nadu is far-fetched and is erroneous. That's something that Governor had said in the statement. This at a time when DMK and its allies have time and again said that the governor is in no position to suggest a rename when there is an elected government. That's something that Kanimuri also said while speaking to CNN News 18. So as more and more DMK leaders have come forward saying that the governor suggesting a name change or trying to rename Tamil Nadu, that is out of context and far-fetched, is something that the governor has clarified. This is the first time the governor is clarifying, because more and more leaders from the DMK have come forward reiterating the governor's statements made 2 weeks ago, and that's why the governor now says that he was not suggesting a rename, and that it's taken out of context, and he's clarified from his end after DMK and its allies have staged protests and have made derogatory remarks against the governor. The governor decided
Poonima, do we not see this as the party high command, in this case the BJP, probably asking him to do so? Otherwise, why this clarification, considering he had a very, very tough stance? We had seen how he had walked out of the Tamil Nadu Assembly session while the Chief Minister was speaking. So from that to clarifying his stance and pretty much a softening of stance, do we see it after the kind of statements that have come in from leaders like Annamalai?
Absolutely. While it started off with war of words between DMK and its allies on one side and governor on the other side, when on the 9th of Jan we saw how drama unfolded between the ruling party and the governor during the assembly proceedings. After that, even opposition parties like the AIADMK and the latest being BJP here in the state, saying that Tamil Nadu is the right name and that there should be no rethinking of a name change to Tamil Nadu. Even after all the parties in Tamil Nadu have in unison said that the governor's suggestion. The governor should not. The governor's suggestion is welcome, but that Tamil Nadu is more appropriate for the state is something that Annamalai said. And since more and more parties are now coming forward and explaining their stance, the governor's office has decided to issue a statement clarifying that he'd never suggested a rename and that his speech is taken out of context and being misinterpreted, is something that he said after even parties like the ADMK and the BJP have come out saying that Tamil Nadu is the right word, Tamizagham. But Annamalai also added that governor is free to suggest, but BJP feels that Tamil Nadu is more appropriate. That's something that Annamalai said 1 day ago.
Absolutely. And Poonima, this of course can be looked at as going against the sentiments of the Tamil residents in the state, because the kind of posturing that the governor really went ahead and did, and the way it was projected, especially through the assembly and his statements earlier, and after that so much of clash that happened between the government in the state and the governor. We'd seen posters that said get out Ravi. It was as bad as that. In fact, Poonima, I'll come back to you. Mr. Narayan Thirupathy of the BJP is now joining us. Mr. Thirupathy, thank you so much. The fact that Governor Ravi has now issued a statement clarifying what he'd meant by referring to the word Tamizagham. How does one read this now? Why this clarification essentially?
No. See, this DMK and its allies have tried to, divert the entire issue, stating that the governor has asked to rename. He never said that it should be renamed, and that is what even we were saying. In fact, it was Mr. Annadurai, the DMK's founder. He was the one who told that the Tamil Nadu should be named as Tamizagham. And suddenly these people, in order to, abuse Mr. Ravi, they have diverted the entire issue, and falsely and intentionally they have tried to blame the governor. That is why I think he has given a clarification. There is nothing wrong.
But Mr. Thirupathy, tell me something. This entire controversy snowballed after that assembly session. Now, the governor was given a speech that was, of course, vetted by the government in the state. He chose to do away with certain lines, a major chunk, a major portion of that speech that he was supposed to read, and that included the word Tamil Nadu in it, because of which this controversy has spiraled out of control. Why now this clarification?
See, I give you a news, I give you a phrase, I give you a line in which you have some abusive words. How do you read that? In order to remove the wrong words, you have to skip the entire version.
If you could just put this to context, Mr. Thirupathy, what does abusive mean here? What were the abusive words in that speech?
No, see, say for example, in the assembly speech, it was written that Tamil Nadu stands first in getting the foreign investment. It stands first in the country, but whereas it is not true. How do you expect the governor to lie in front of the people?
Okay, so you are saying untrue context, but not abusive. Okay, so I want to understand this from you, Mr. Thirupathy. Had the governor, he's setting up a wrong precedence. The fact that he was given a speech, and that is what the set precedence is, so to speak. If he did not like the contents of the speech that were given to him, he could probably have just said that treat this as read. Don't you think that is going ahead and doing away with the protocol that's already been set?
No, nobody can teach the governor. Nobody can, direct the governor, order the governor to do like this. It is his prerogative. We need to understand this. It is his prerogative.
What I wanted to understand from you, what I wanted to understand from you, Mr. Thirupathy, with that question is that this tussle between the governments in the state and the governors have going on, especially where the BJP is in the opposition, is becoming a lot more, and these instances have come to light a lot more. Don't you think that tussle can be avoided with things like this?
No, you need to think from the other chair. If I sit in your chair, I will ask, why is that the opposition are trying to unnecessarily quarrel with the governor when they have a problem with BJP? They don't want BJP to come. They think governors are the agents of BJP. That is wrong. See, governors, they are doing their constitutional duty. Why should they compare governors with that of BJP's subordinates? It is not so.
But Mr. Thirupathy, see where it has led to. The Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has passed a resolution against the governor in his presence that led to him walking out of the assembly. I mean, truly, the people of Tamil Nadu and in turn the country do not need visuals like this. And of course, there needs to be more work that needs to be done rather than the governor and the government and the state sparring.
That is not our problem. Come on, that is not our problem. It is the Chief Minister or the political parties have to be responsible enough to handle this.
No, that's absolutely right.
Just because they don't like the governor, it is not that they can use the public office like that. It is wrong.
No, absolutely. But how can you say, Mr. Thirupathy, that it is not your problem? Your government is in power in the country. And I'm talking about how business is not done in various state governments in the assemblies. Obviously, this is a matter of concern.
The governor is not a BJP representative. The governor is the president's representative and the union government's representative. We need to understand. He is not a BJP person. He is governor for everyone, the entire state.
Okay.
He knows what is right and what is wrong.
All right. Mr. Thirupathy, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you joining us.